You know, so many choices.
Give an abstract answer. Give an actual answer.
He will. It's whatever the latest one is. The last one, along with Tori's ride on a rocket-propelled surfboard, I ended up riding a motorcycle on water quite quickly. So
a special motorcycle.
Yeah. So
been blessed by the Pope.
And, you know, involving rockets as well. I still can't beat the very first episode that we did with Rocket Car. And I mean,
how many saw that episode?
So there you go.
Not that many.
How about you?
Let's see. For me, it was I recently built the most dangerous thing I have ever made on the show, ever actually. It's a nitrogen cannon. And I used to fight robots, so that says something. That actually flipped a car over.
Wait, Grant, what was it?
A nitrogen cannon that flipped a car over. Yeah, it had a piston that fired down into the ground and flipped a BMW, a luxury car clean over.
To what purpose?
To simulate James Bond's ejector seat. So we get to play Q every now and again.
Excuse me. To simulate an ejector seat, you flip the car over.
Yeah. In the movie, the car was
Does this make sense?
John, this is our job, John.
You're in the right room.
Okay.
That's what we do. We make science out of the things that don't make sense.
I made a movie years ago called The Blues Brothers, and we did that a lot.
Lately, I've been really jazzed about the car stuff that we get to do, and for sheer adrenaline, and I cannot believe I'm getting allowed to do this by an insurance company that clearly hasn't read through the whole outline. We replicated the speed bus jump a few years ago, or the speed bus turn. So we took a Google Map layout of the actual freeway where Sandra Bullock is making a hard right-hand turn in this bus going 50 miles an hour. We taped it out, we coned it out, we got a real bus. We got trained by George Sack, who actually has jackknifed every truck in movie history from on the beach on down. And I got a bus up to 55 miles an hour and yanked the steering wheel hard to the right. And I made the turn. It was so, I was like, oversteering, understeering, the whole back is fishtailing around, and I stayed. I didn't knock over a single cone. That felt great.
So, Grant, tell us about this S&M black leather thing on your...
Yes. So, if you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen some pictures with this. This is not a fashion statement, not merely a fashion statement. I broke my wrist recently during Shark Week special, and it was a shark attack on land. 50-foot, Sharkzilla, actually.
Land, I don't get a laugh with land. Hello?
Yeah.
Land shark.
Land shark, yeah. So, giant piece of foam popped out of this giant 50-foot mechanical shark's mouth, hit me. I went flying off the platform, down a set of metal stairs, and landed on this wrist. Broke it. So that was 3 weeks ago.
But he jumped up and was like, "I'm okay!"
Yeah.
And just faked it for the
I'm
kids.
okay,
I have to say, that was brilliant.
That's what we all do. Whenever we get hurt, we go, "I'm okay!"
I think that's just shock. Yeah, literally in shock. But yeah, you'll see it at Sharkzilla during our 25th anniversary of Shark Week on Discovery.
I don't know if you know this, but Discovery, where is it? It's back east, Discovery. It's like...
Silver Spring, Maryland.
Maryland. Every time the talent's contracts are up, it's Shark Week! It's a negotiating tactic. Now this is true. Carrie is leaving here tonight to fly to...
Upstate New York.
Listen to this, to...
I'm hosting a show called Large and Dangerous Rocket Ships for Science Channel. It's a pretty interesting competition. It's been going on for 31 years, where a bunch of rogue engineers and backyard daredevils get together for some amateur rocketry where they actually have to close airspace above wherever it is, and it travels to different places. This year it's in upstate New York, and launch off these giant rockets that you wouldn't look at and call amateur at all. They try to launch the oddest rocket, like last year was a tiki bar. I actually saw this year they have a grandfather clock and a stand-up atom. There's one guy who's launching you into space.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Where do they put the rocket?
You know what? I haven't seen it yet. I'll let you know. Let's just say last year somebody launched a bride into the air, and it didn't quite work out like he wanted, but at Apogee it was supposed to shoot out a baby that also had a rocket. And these guys are wild. It's like a
At
like
the
redneck
Apogee,
nerd.
it's supposed to shoot out a baby.
As it usually
Like real life.
Yeah.
And then you descend. Never mind. Yeah, so I'm actually leaving here on red eyes and spending a lot of time on airplanes, and then just going straight into this rocket ship show, and hopefully I'll make it.
Good luck.
I was talking to these two backstage. He used to do a show, what was it called?
Flying Anvils.
Do you know the show,
This is
Flying
some
Anvils?
real redneck stuff where these guys would take anvils, they drill out a hole, fill it with a pound of black powder, put another anvil on top, light it, and launch these things from the explosion of the black powder. Why? I don't know. I guess that's what you do out there.
Now, what did your father say that he made up that he didn't? It's an old joke from Grand Ole Opry, but what's a redneck's last words?
Hey, Bubba, watch this.
There you go.
And it still works today.
All right.
She is. Sorry, spoilers.
Last week
Half the people sit out in the line there.
Last week I was in a parking lot of the art store, and these two kids walked up, and one went, Jamie? No. And he goes, oh, dude, it's Alan. And then his friend said in the background, you should test them into if you can be smoking too much weed. I said, thanks for that, you fine young gentlemen. I'll see you tomorrow. Confirmed.
All right. And now I've run out of ideas. So I will. The first gentleman ask a question.
Is there any myths that are too expensive or too dangerous that you guys want to do?
Well, there are some that involve nuclear weapons.
The Indiana Jones refrigerator myth is not one we're going to do soon. Look,
Only
if
because
some
they're kissing
country-
Spielberg's ass. Come on, tell the truth.
If some country restarts a surface nuclear testing program, we will be there.
With our
I
fridge.
will not.
Princess Leia?
Hi. First of all, I love your show. And I was wondering, is there any myths that you wanted to try but insurance won't let you that you were going to, but you
That who would?
Insurance.
Oh, I thought you said your parents.
Let me test this
What were you turned down on the myth?
There's one that I've been wanting to test forever, and it's can you survive going over the Niagara Falls in a barrel? And for some reason, they don't want us to test it.
Actually, years ago, when we were season 2 of Mythbusters, when we first brought Carrie and Tori and Scotty, Grant's predecessor, on, we were doing a Jackie Chan myth about falling through a set of awnings. And Jackie Chan falls through awnings and they break this fall off a building. So we were going to test that, and we were going to drop Buster through it. We did, and the finale of the episode was going to be that we had a Hollywood stuntman, one of the Herron brothers, rig me up to a descending rig and drop me through the awnings, which would be pre-scored. And the morning of the effect, I'm being rigged into the harness, and the insurance company calls up and they said, we've reviewed this, and we feel it's too dangerous. Adam cannot do this stunt. Tori can do this stunt.
I think they were just angry. They were angry about the other myth being untrue. Do you know that Jackie Chan actually told me many years ago there was a gag in police, whatever, what's it called?
Police Story.
Thank you. There was a gag in that looked really like, oh, too hairy. What the hell was this before digital, erasing?
Not the falling off the clock, the Howard Lloyd.
No, not that. It was a car gag where he fell. Anyway, and he goes, oh, and he explained to me how they did it. And the way this is not a joke, this is Hong Kong. But the way they did it was, Jackie would come up with a gag, with Sammo Hung, they would work out this gag. And then they'd go, oh, okay. And it would be like, Fong, try this. And one of the team, they call the team, the guy would try it, and it was like, oh, too bad. And it was sort of, okay, they'd adjust it, and they'd go, Bob, try that. They'd go for like 9 or 10 people till it was kind of dangerous, and then Jackie would do it. I mean, it's true, but...
That is horrible. A great model.
Similar techniques on our show.
Sir,
Yes, do each of you have a Mythbusters motto or mantra?
we'll start with Adam, because he's a mantra guy.
The first one I came up with all those years ago, failure is always an option. The one I'm most known for, I reject your reality and substitute my own, is actually stolen from a movie called Dungeon Master.
How many of you guys saw that movie? More than that they saw the other movie, apparently.
But that dude who asked the question was the one who saw the Gina Lollobrigida film we were talking about. Just an FYI, I'm just
Didn't
filling everyone
find
in.
that with a response. But Grant, answer his question.
Apparently mine is, they play our little mottos at the beginning of the show. Apparently one of mine is, I'm pumping as fast as I can. I have no recollection of ever saying that.
I have such a response I can't say.
Too many jokes.
Do it.
Jamie?
Well, mine is, if I feel like running, I'm gonna run. And the corollary is, if you see me running, you should run too.
My two favorite moments in Mythbusters, always, and they come every 3 or 4 episodes, is both Adam and Jamie. One is when they're doing something and Adam is like, and the other is when you watch Jamie he's completely impassive. And then he goes like, you just see this flicker of, holy shit.
I gotta say, before we do any of these myths, generally 2 things run through my mind. Either no shame, or why not?
My favorite is actually something that Grant said. It was we were doing water bottle rocket, and we had a Alhambra 5-gallon bottle filled with water. It shot up into the parking lot, and it was loaded with a 10-pound weight, and we were all running around because it was up over our head, and Grant's like, holy crap, everyone run! Now that I remember.
Sir.
I just want to suggest a myth. Appropriate for this venue, I suggest you test the Clark Kent disguise.
We tested that actually on Thursday, and it didn't work. I had a pair of horn-rimmed glasses, and I was like,
But the baseball cap actually seems to work, right?
Oh yeah, actually I wanted to walk the floor and I found that if I get too costumed up or too covered, they think you're somebody and they try to stop you. So all I did was put on a baseball cap. I walked right up to Grant, got right in his face, didn't recognize me. I walked past so many people I know, they didn't know me.
Yeah, but wait, to be fair, Grant was on drugs.
As usual, I mean, how else do you get through a con?
Carrie's going off the rails.
Yeah.
All right, wait, next. Wait, what's your question, young man?
Have you guys ever had an outcome that you weren't expecting, like you were expecting busted, but it was possible?
I tell you one of my favorite moments in this vein. Jamie and I were testing a myth about a guy who got so stinking drunk that he convinced a friend of his who was blind to drive him home. Figuring DUI versus just a ticket for driving without a license. It's no contest. So,
Sometimes drunk
we test this out. We're driving, each of us blindfolds ourselves and gets in the front seat of a car while the other one sits in the back and gives directions. And we were okay at it. Then we brought in a real, genuine blind guy who turned out to be a better driver than either of us. Because he had no preconceptions. You tell him to steer left, he just goes like this until you tell him to stop. Whereas we keep trying to impose this map of the world on the darkness and we screw it up. So then we went out to this location we love, an abandoned military town called, we call it Zombie Town. And we got Jamie drunk. And Jamie got in the back seat, the blind guy got behind the wheel, and the most astonishing thing happened that we would have never predicted, which is that drunk Jamie giving instructions to the blind guy made him drive like a drunk person. Chase car, going like 4 miles an hour. We are pissing ourselves laughing. We can't believe what we're doing. And at the end, the car pulls to the end and stops, and Jamie gets out and just sort of straightens his shirt and goes, "Wow, I held that one quite well."
You know about the two 88-year-old women driving? One says, "You've gone through 3 stop signs," and the other one says, "I'm driving." Sir.
Have you tested the myth about the fear cage?
About the what?
All the paranormal shows always want to talk about fear cages, which sounds like hokum to me.
What's a fear cage?
Evidently, if you have bare wiring in the house and you're surrounded by the EMF field, it's supposed to cause hallucinations. It sounds like hokum to me.
No, we call that horseshit.
Okay,
sorry. John started the cursing, and now I can't stop.
Oh yeah, John's fault. Yes.
Hi, first, I'm a big fan.
No. It's a little female Jamie. That's weird.
But I was just wondering, since some of the myths cause a big controversy and disagreement with the fans on the result, what's the biggest disagreement on a myth that they've ever had?
Is it splitting an arrow?
Ice
Is it
bullet.
Ice bullet.
plain on
Ice
conveyor
bullet.
belts?
Oh well, yeah.
Good question. You stumped
Archimedes'
us.
death ray.
There's so many.
Yeah, I mean, a week doesn't go by someone doesn't write to me and go, what about a meat bullet?
I have people walking up to me all the time saying, "I have a friend who split an arrow," to this day.
Well, I would have to say, though, it's plain on a conveyor belt.
Yeah, people playing on a conveyor belt, no one who yeah. Look, it's such a long story, but yeah, we proved playing on a conveyor belt can take off, and people watched it and said, well, they got it wrong. I say, why? They said, because you came up with a different result than I thought you would. we can't help those people.
You're lit up.
Yes, I am lit up.
Okay, what?
Okay, I've always wondered, why didn't you use curved mirrors instead of straight mirrors during the Archimedes' death ray?
Because
Yeah, like they did in that movie.
people saw. Because curved mirrors have a specific focal point, and you can't alter the focal point. And if you could design a curved mirror with a focal point that's 300 feet away, you're going to make $1 gazillion because the precision required is nearly impossible.
I happen to have right here. Sir.
Hello guys. Grant, you and I have met probably about 10 or so years ago at a...
Yeah, hey, how's it going? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now?
Do you have a question or does he owe you money?
I do have a question. This is aimed primarily at Carrie, but the entire panel, whoever knows the answer can answer this. Why haven't you all tested pregnancy myths?
When I was pregnant, I offered, and I think we just, I don't know, people weren't.
Liability.
I tested them on my own.
Pregnancy myth.
What pregnancy myth?
What is the pregnancy myth?
Preconception?
For gender, you could test morning sickness cures, or just
Yeah,
two that I
there's-
can think of off the top of my head.
There's a whole bunch about like
Getting
peeing
pregnant in a
on
hot
things
tub?
and then the gender of your baby.
Oh.
You're just gonna have to get pregnant again.
And pee on many, many things.
One of you guys can knock somebody up. I'm done.
Hi, Mythbusters and fellow Whovian over there.
Hello.
I was just curious if you guys were planning to test any more myths from animation. Like, I know animation's a pretty, like, physics, so doesn't work, but there's, like, cool things, like how much force would actually take to remove someone's arm, like in, like, Ashitaka does in Princess Mononoke and stuff like that. Like, you guys thinking about it?
I was actually thinking recently about getting a real Roadrunner.
You just want to throw a coyote off a cliff.
No, I'd like to see if you painted a tunnel on a rock with a Roadrunner on it.
We put on roller skates and rockets. I can see the whole episode now.
All kidding aside, there's so many amazing physics myths that we could do from Roadrunner.
And video games too. I think Warner Brothers Part 2 might be able to.
Look what you started. Yes.
This one's for Adam. I know you've gotten like razor blades through airport security. Have you gotten anything else through security?
She means on the show.
I have to say, every time I stand in one of those stupid scanners and take this submissive, disgusting pose, my dignity is something I always leave behind in the airport.
Because they discover you're wearing a bra.
That's a medical condition.
It's a medical device. Sports bra. It's called a bro.
First off, hi. What are you guys' reaction when the president called you?
Oh my God.
He called you?
No.
They called.
What did he call you?
They called, the president called, and it's everything that's happened since Jamie and I said in the demo reel is surreal on this in this life that we've built over the last 10 years. And 5 minutes. The idea that all of us farting around in the shop would become, a key part of the president's plan to get kids interested in science, build the STEM initiative, which, by the way, needs to have art in it, so we call it the STEAM initiative. And it's a super honor, going to the White House is an incredible experience. We are gobsmacked by the whole experience.
Didn't they look cute? They were. Yes.
I love you guys all. I'm so excited. Just one question for Adam. My sister is a big fan of yours, and she's in the hospital right now. Can she?
Is that connected?
No. Can you give me that card name you have?
Can I give you what?
Say get well to the camera, to the system.
Please get well. Yes, pass this back to that gentleman.
Yes, next. Say it in the mic.
I know you blow a lot of stuff up on Mythbusters, and I was wondering what was your favorite thing to blow up or have seen blown up?
Everything.
Propane tank.
What's your favorite thing that you've blown up?
Hot water heaters, man. Those things, everything gives a rumble. Everything hits you in the chest, but hot water heaters do it in a slow way, so I swear to God, it feels like falling in love.
This is what I told you. There's that moment where just Adam is like, And then they blow it up, and it's the moment you really watch Jamie, because you gotta see like that stone face if it's just gonna go. You know, it's like, yes.
I'm currently in college studying to be a physicist, and I'm wondering, how can the future generations of scientists do what you have done and make science important, special, and relatable to everyone? What advice would you give?
Blow a lot of stuff up.
Have fun. I mean, that's the thing that scientists tell us they love about our show, is that we're having fun and we're showing the side of their job that is genuinely entertaining and fun. Science is a messy and super creative process.
Yeah, seriously, there's something behind that. I mean, we're very playful with what we do, and it seems like, that's just us having fun, but it's the way people learn. It's the way kids learn. We've been actually investigating. I'm working with a professor from Berkeley who is trying to quantify the non-linearity of play and how useful it actually is in scientific investigation. And so there's more there than meets the eye.
Okay, quick, what's your question?
All right, I gotta ask, what is your favorite viral video myth you guys done so far?
Well, that we've done?
What?
The viral
video.
Well, there's actually one that we just completed, and so I can't tell you the result of it, but it was the riding the motorcycle across water. You can look that up. There's these guys that will get a dirt bike going really fast, and if they get it go fast enough, they're actually going across a lake quite.
Or so it would seem.
So it would seem.
I love that slide, that super long slide that you guys did.
Like
That's a commercial. That's fake, by the way.
It hurt. That slide hurt.
There's a lot of stuff on the internet that you go, wow, and some guy's laughing at his computer. Last question. Look at the home. Last question.
We've seen all the robots you've made on camera, Grant. Are there any obscure robots that we don't know you've made?
Not that we can talk about.
The Grant?
Yeah, they're all on stage with me.
These guys do something important. I don't like them, but I think they do something. No, they really do, which is science is important and it means something. Thank the Mythbusters.